Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Baruch Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Baruch Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching in truth and sincerity. Lesson will be entitled, The Back Door, Trust Not Your Brother. Lord will, you are edified. Video was inspired from the YouTube platform, The Family. His video is entitled, 24 hours later, New York rapper set up and killed after knocking out female teen rapper on camera. Fair use.
Nobody wins when the family feels, but my
Fuck a BB, I want a big ass gun with a beam. Like what? Make sure it's green, the dash, you jack, you down like a beat. Like what? Bitch, I'm a beat. Ain't no axe, I'm smoking on key. My sister up and threw it on the bed.
You never met, put your name in tracks. Cause I done heard your name in a couple tracks before.
I'm just ducking these shit. If I catch baby threat, then I'm punching out bitch.
Hey, nah, why this nigga talking like that?
If I catch baby threat, then I'm punching out bitch.
So breaking this morning, we continue to follow a deadly overnight shooting in Soundview where police say a man was killed in front of a smoke shop.
Welcome to 2025. Man, we in a time where the lines are blurred, man. Some of the females out here acting like the men, and some of the men out here acting like females. In this drill rap culture, it ain't no different. It ain't just the guys dissing the dead no more. Women are jumping into that lane too. And some say if you play the same game, they gotta accept the same consequences. But on the other end, at the same time, there's still that old code. No matter what, you don't put your hands on no female. But what happens when all that get flips upside down? Because today, we got the total opposite. A female drill rapper, small, maybe 100 pounds soaking wet, was punished for what she allegedly did. She already had rumors floating around her name, but also facts, based on her own words. But on top of that, we got a male rapper who suffered severe consequences because of what he did to her. And trust me, if you thought that was crazy, wait till I break down the details. Just last week, a video surfaced of a New York rapper being gunned down in front of a smoke shop. I had the video last week. I didn't really think nothing of it. It was point blank. He was shot once in the head. As the clip spread, whispers started. People started saying his own friend dropped the location based on what they observed in the video, which we'll later break down. But why? Well, just a day before, this same man allegedly knocked out a female rapper out cold. And this wasn't just any female. This somebody who been rapping or doing drill rap for less than a year now. And her career already had outshined his 5 times over. A woman who admitted in her own raps that she set up dudes. And she smoked the dead. So today we breaking it all down. Who is this male rapper? Who is this female rapper? Was she really from where she claimed? How old is she? What was her first track? And most importantly, how did this lead to a man losing his life on camera in the most brutal way? But before we break down this one, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no ain't. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll jump right to it. Family Baby Threat. She from the Bronx in New York. She just 17 years old and she rap MBF, which is the Mac Baller family, recognized street gang and a set of Bloods gang, operating at around New York, particularly in Queens, specifically the South Jamaican houses and American Towers, and the Bronx. According to indictments, MBF members have engaged in numerous acts of violence, including shootings, armed robberies, attempt murders, and other acts to protect their power, territory, and profits. In an interview she did just 3 months ago with the platform titled Behind the Scenes WDV, she talked about wanting to become MB since a child and allegedly became one at the age of 13. Shout out to this platform. We're going to reference this interview at least 2 to 3 times.
What made me turn Mac? My block, I've always been around Macs since I was young. I always wanted to be Mac. Like, even it was a point in time for years, niggas was telling me, like, you not Mac. And I was telling niggas, like, niggas is not telling me nothing. I'm the Mac. And when I turned, like, 13, 14, I was real right and nobody could tell me nothing. Somebody said, what was her?
9 months ago, Baby Threat released her first video called F a BBL, where she quote, F a BBL, I want a Glock with a big beam. It got over 160,000 views, I ain't counting. She can be heard dissing the dead and say she's smoking on dead ops. On hood. She was no...
Get mad, but I'm like, I don't get this.
After that interview was dropped, a New York City local rapper who was identified as Chicken Don Dada, just 33 years old, would catch Baby Threat and knock her out. Now I'm gonna stop the video before she get knocked out for YouTube guidelines. Check it out.
More dealing, I'm dealing with inner feelings. From the kitchen, I'm scraping and water whipping. You think that I'm tripping my...
Now that incident happened on a Wednesday, but the following day, Thursday, August 7, 2025, on Westchester Avenue near Morris Ave, Chicken was shot in the head outside Exotic World, a local smoke shop, a place who wouldn't confirm whether he was a local employee or not. But suddenly, he was captured on camera. His friend was standing next to him. I'm assuming someone he knew at least. He sniffed his nose, and then a man...
Seems like the same friend the night before.
All black with a mask on. Shoot chicken point blank range in the head. Leaving him DOA. May he rest in peace and love and condolences to his family.
You are about to witness an example of a backdoor. A backdoor is when someone you love and trust betrays you to get murdered. That's the signal. Wiping the nose. Look at your boy approaching where the arrow is at. Meanwhile, your man is in La La Land. Now, the point of this lesson, we as prophets are coming into some perilous times. Family members, okay, so-called close friends will betray us. Niggas been backdooring forever, okay? So, with that being said, the only people we can trust is the brotherhood because we're in the same spirit. So, let's go to First Corinthians 12 and 11. Let's start at 12. For as the body is one, now the body is referring to Yahushua, 144,000 make up the body of Yahushua, okay? Also, the 144,000 is also classified as the third temple. For as the body is one and has many members, and all the members of that one body, being many, are one body, so also is Mashiach. Verse 13. For by one Spirit, the Holy Spirit, are we all baptized into one body, whether we be Jews, which are Israelites, or Gentiles, which are Israelites, whether we be bond or free, and have been all made to drink into one Spirit. So we all share the Holy Spirit. Verse 14. For the body is not one member, but many. We can only trust the body, period. Because we are in the same spirit. And when it comes to people outside of this truth, okay, we must treat them such as a situation in regards to business, okay? One of my favorite scenes on The Godfather, you know what? What I will do, I'm going to add the clip in. Mike will prove, well, he's not going to prove, but he's going to give some game to his stepbrother Tom, dealing with trust and the people they were associated with, okay? So that scene can really just further drive in the point. But again, the brothers are the only individuals we can trust because we're in the same spirit. Let's go to Jeremiah 9 and 4. In the NLT, beware of your brother. Don't even trust your brother. For brother takes advantage of brother and friend slanders friend. Okay, so if you have a brother in this truth and he does that, he's not in the right spirit. Okay, now some things can be rectified, but at the end of the day, if he's not right, the Most High is going to remove him out of the body. There should be no schisms in the body. Now, if you know anything about schisms, or it causes division, separation, internal turmoil. With that being said, there used to be a definition going into gain, green. And gangrene promotes what? Death. It makes body parts black. So before Yahweh Hashem Al-Shai will allow gangrene to set up in this spiritual body of ours, he's going to remove those insignificant parts. Now, the focal point of this lesson is our family members will backdoor us, period. Okay? And there have been times in the truth, okay, where brothers were betrayed too. So we have to factor that in as well. But at the end of the day, all we can do is just be the best version of ourselves and continue to walk in the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Al-Shai. You know, a walking Yahweh Shai, being full circle in Yahweh Shai, which is also, you know, walking in the spirit. And just to show you that backdooring is nothing new, or to be backdoored is nothing new. This is Psalms 41 verse 9. Yea, my own familiar friend, familiar, okay, familiar, a person that you had close ties and a strong bond with, a person you've had an intimate relationship with, in whom I trusted, which did eat of my bread, has lifted up his heel against me. And this is a Psalm of David. So David was prophesying what? How Judas would betray Yahweh Shai. Okay? And the reason why David was able to do this is because he was a prophet that had the Holy Spirit. So again, we're coming into some dangerous times where we have to watch and be extremely circumspect. Okay? And again, the only individuals or the only people we can trust is the brotherhood. When it comes to your parents, your wife, your brother, your sister, your colleagues, or a friend outside of the truth, okay, they're in a different spirit. They are in the spirit of the world. So the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Al-Shai and the spirit of the world are two different spirits. And these two spirits can never sync, okay, because the spirit of the world is evil and the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Al-Shai is righteous, okay. It's one more. Matthew 10:34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and a daughter against her mother, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household. And we are really going to see this with Revelation 3:10. Because you have kept the word of my patience, I will also keep you from the hour of temptation, which shall come on all the world to try them that dwell on the earth. This is the mandate of the microchip, right? And going back to Matthew 10:36, and a man's foes shall be they of his own household. Our family members can be bought, especially if they remain in the spirit of the world. There's no integrity, okay? So expect to be backdoored, right? Now, you've seen how your boy got down, right? His man is watching his killer approaching. And he even gives a signal by wiping his nose so his so-called friend can be murdered. We are in some perilous times. Now imagine when Jake doesn't have any income, no food, okay, nowhere to go, okay? And Esau comes to him and say, hey, if you tell me where that prophet is, I will give you this, I will give you that. Best believe Jake is going to do it in most cases. And when I say most cases, I'm talking about at least 96 through 98%. Okay, and that's a high probability. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 1 Corinthians 7:31. And they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion, meaning the system of this world, Esau's rulership passed away. Okay, we're in the end of Esau's rulership. And there's nothing wrong with using this world, but never abuse anything. Because when you begin to abuse something, okay, you become an addict. You need it. You need the fix of that, in order to sustain yourself, in order to survive. So again, there's nothing wrong with using the world, but we never abuse the world. And when I say use the world, of course, you're going to have family and friends, but at the end of the day, you cannot fully trust them, especially the time frame we're coming in. Expect to be backdoored, and we just seen this on The Family. All right, let me get Godfather. To Michael. All right, The Godfather Part 2 scene. Attack on Michael. Now this is going into after the assassination attempt on Michael. He's going to explain to Tom who he trusts. Use.
There's a lot I can't tell you, though. And I know that's upset you in the past. Yeah. So you felt it was because of some lack of trust or confidence. But it's because I admire you and I love you that I kept things secret from you. That's why at this moment you're the only one I can completely trust. Fredo, he's got a good heart. But he's weak and he's stupid. And this is life and death. Tom, you're my brother. I always wanted to be thought of as a brother by you.
And Fredo, his brother, assisted with this assassination attempt.
Like real brother. You're gonna take over. You're gonna be the Don. What I think has happened has happened. I'm gonna leave here tonight. I give you complete power, Tom. Fredo and his men, Rocco, Neri, everyone. I'm trusting you with the lives of my wife and my children, the future of this family.
Gets these guys.
very last I could catch. Unless I'm very wrong, they're dead already. They're killed by somebody close to us. Inside. Very, very frighteningly botched it.
But your people in Rockville and area didn't think that they had something to do with this.
You see, all our people are businessmen. Their loyalty is based on that. One thing I learned from Pop was to try to think as people around you think. And on that basis, anything's possible.
Textbook unboxing.
And that's the point. Okay. That's how we supposed to think in the spirit. When it comes to people we know, they're going to put their business, okay, their affairs above ours. And when it comes to us, we're putting our Father business above our own affairs and the affairs of the world. So you're going to have constant friction. And best believe these niggas in the world will tell on you regarding your father, your mother, your brother, your sister, your wife, your kids, okay, your nephew, your niece, your uncle, to save their ass. We are in two different spirits, okay? Again, they're in the spirit of the world. We are in the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Yahushua stated, I must be about my Father's business, okay? Business in the Greek is going into the affairs of our Father, which is doing the will of the Most High, the counsel of the Most High. Expect to be backdoored. Trust no one. Lord will, this was edifying. Shalom.